I guarantee you, if your mom loves you and you pick up the phone and you call her and say, I made a mistake, I never should have came here, I'm sure your mom will get a bus ticket, airfare, or whatever to get you back to Arizona.
Wow. Right out of the gate, the judge is cutting to the legal jargon and getting to the heart of the matter: family support. This is classic legal commentary. A judge using their own life experience to advise a defendant, reminding them that pride shouldn't cost you your freedom or your future. It's a powerful moment of human connection in a very formal setting. Don't you wish you had a support system like that when you made a mistake?
All right, so she hasn't done anything. I don't understand why I would give her 90 days, 1244. She hasn't done anything. Which usually means that you're not following your mom's rules. Does your mom have criminal history?
No.
All right, and your father does?
Yes, sir.
And you chose to live with your father. Review the court admonishments document with your attorney. Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you understand in count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of...
Let's break down the legal stakes here. A state jail felony in Texas is the lowest felony class, but it is still a felony. Possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, typically means highly addictive drugs like cocaine or methamphetamine. The judge is making sure she understands. This isn't a slap on the wrist. She's looking at time in a state jail facility, which is a big step up from county jail.
Punishment is 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have your own state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. We just hope that you follow the agreement.
All right. How old are you?
29.
All right. Do you have any support system in Bexar County? Any family?
Family?
Yes. Who's your support system?
My ex's family
All right. Where is your family?
in Arizona.
All right. What brought you to San Antonio?
Planning to get married, but that didn't happen.
All right. It's always rough to be following somebody across country, whether you're female or male, because whenever you get to your location, you don't have your family support around you. Is there any reason why you don't want to go back to Arizona?
No, not anymore.
All right. So have you been in contact with your family at all? When's the last time you had contact with them?
Over a year ago.
All right. Why did you break off all contact with them?
A lot of reasons.
All right. Is it have to do with the relationship?
A year of silence. This is a dramatic reveal we needed. The judge has pinpointed the central conflict. She abandoned her support system for a bad relationship. This is the oldest story in the book, and the judge's subsequent monologue is gold. He's not just judging, he's giving her therapy. He's planting a huge hook right now. Can she swallow her pride and go back home to Arizona? We're all leaning in to see her choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And is that the relationship with Mark Morales? All right.
And others.
Hmm?
And others, and my mom.
Okay.
I will say, Your Honor, her mother has contacted me while she's in jail. We have her contact number, and she plans on reconnecting with her.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
So are you planning, it's probably, unless there is some type of emotional or physical or some other type of abuse or something that's happening with her mom, it's usually when you're on probation, sure, you can make it on your own. You're close to 30. You can make it on your own. You can do it on your own. But sometimes you need family support. And sometimes when you go back home, people may end up telling you, we told you. But then sometimes you just have to suck it up, because at the end of the day, hopefully moms love their daughters, right? And people won't be bringing it up at every turn. I guarantee you a majority of people have been in horrible relationships, but they thought that person was the love of their life. And it turns out they're not the love of their life, but they threw away everything.
She said yes. A bittersweet victory. She chose her family and her future over pride. The judge is now facilitating a probation transfer to Pima County, Arizona. This is a common legal move to ensure a defendant can complete their supervision in an environment that offers support, in this case, her family. The judge even throws in some personal travel commentary about Monument Valley to lighten the mood. The core problem is addressed, and she gets a second chance
to move across country. And sometimes it's hard to swallow your pride because you so want it to work. And then you had all these people telling you it's not going to work, don't go. And then you don't want to go back home because maybe you don't want people to be putting in your face, I told you it would never work, you know? And sometimes people would do that. It's wrong for him to do that. But sometimes to be at a better point in your life, in a better place in your life, you just have to suck it up that some people in the family are going to be saying, we told you so. And guess what? People can say, we told you so, but you know what you can tell them? You told me so, and I got out of it. I'm not out of it anymore. So I'm moving on. So do you want to stay in Bexar County or do you want to go back to Arizona?
Let me go back to Arizona to see my family.
All right. So I can order that this be transferred to Arizona, but what county are we talking about?
In Arizona?
Yes. Or do you know the city name?
Tucson.
Tucson, Arizona. All right. We'll figure out what county Tucson, Arizona is. I think if you give probation your parents' address or where you will be staying, they'll be able to figure out what county it's in. There's some beautiful parts to Arizona. I had a chance to go to, I guess it's Monument Valley. And I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. One of my friends in law school was actually is still from there and still lives there. All right. So it's going to be 2 years deferred adjudication. We'll do a transfer. Pima, P-I-N?
P-I-N-A.
All right. So it'll be transferred to Pima County, Arizona. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Do you have any children? All right, that's a good thing. See, if you would have had children with him, you would have been tied to him forever, but at least most definitely for 18 years. There's going to be regular random UAs.
Back to school to learn coding.
Okay. All right, there's going to be 120 hours of community service restitution. If you obtain your certificate in the culinary arts, I will find that the community service hours are deemed satisfying. We can do a TAP evaluation that can be out of custody within 45 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. If they do field visits there, if we can have field visits one time per month for 4 months. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Judge, did you want her to start the transfer process immediately?
Yes.
Or kind of just get her affairs in order first?
Oh, we should probably start it immediately. She needs a situation where she can cut all ties with Mr. Mark Morales.
And Your Honor, we just asked that this probation run concurrent with county court today, according to me, a few minutes.
All right. And concurrent with what's county court 8 policy number?
It's county court 4.
Oh, county court 4.
Policy number is 729-266.
All right. This will run concurrent with 729-266. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right. It's this document.
Yes.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're going to be going to Arizona. If for any reason there's an issue with your probation in Arizona, you can always contact the probation officer here or call the court and we'll see what the issue is. And here's just a side piece of advice for you. Yes, people fall in love. Yes, the relationships will work out. They'll be beautiful. Yes, people will go off and, pick up their life and start a new life over with somebody. But that's very rare that works out. So whenever you picking up your life to move with somebody else, you still need a nest egg. You need a nest egg with money of your own. So if things are not going the way you thought they would go, or if they're mistreating you, you won't be stuck in that relationship because you can't afford to leave. And at the end of the day, parents are supposed to love their children. And guess what? If you made a wrong judgment call and they told you not to get in this relationship and you did it anyway, I guarantee you, if your mom loves you and you pick up the phone and you call her and say, I made a mistake, I never should have came here, I'm sure your mom will get a bus ticket, airfare, or whatever to get you back to Arizona. And that's what you need to concentrate on. Okay. And don't get in another relationship until you are positive about who you are and what you want in life and what your hard principles are. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, guys, we are done for today. Losing.
Not sad for you, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, I always cheer for all the schools in the SEC. So now if they were playing LSU, it'd be like definitely not, you know,
I root for the Texas teams typically.
not Jason Garahan.
That's how those Aggies are, Judge. They're hateful.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 5014 State versus Waverly Whitlock. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Orlando Gastagnon for defense.
And are you Miss Whitlock?
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss Whitlock, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Waverly Whitlock who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 5014 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on June 25th, 2024 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Your Honor, the state wishes to proceed on violation of condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Waverly Whitlock, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July, August, and September of 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
We waive and abandon the remainders.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. It is for the court to grant the state's motion, enter an adjudication of guilt against the defendant, revoke her community supervision, and sentence her to 90 days in the Bexar County Jail under 444 of the Penal Code.
That is our agreement, Judge. She has a very little criminal history. The only history that I'm aware of is actually this case and a misdemeanor that she was also under probation for out of the same transaction. She was approved to move out of state to Arizona, and she had really nowhere else to go. She moved and left them. She's ready to move on out of Texas. She, in fact, was living in New Mexico, and that's where she wants to return to and reside. And so she asked that you grant that agreement and allow her to return to New Mexico.
All right, what has she done on probation?
I'm not quite sure to the extent of what she is.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Waverly Whitlock.
All right. Just out of curiosity, usually they take jewelry. So is your ring attached to your finger or what's going on?
It's attached.
Oh, you can't remove it?
Can't.
Oh my gosh. So is it that it's too small or there's something that you did? Because I know now people are doing those things where you can't remove the jewelry. So is it one of those situations?
I gained weight.
Oh, okay. All right. So what have you done on probation?
I did attempt to call and check in.
When you say you attempted to call, what does that mean? Did you pick up the phone and call somebody?
Yes.
Who did you call?
I called the probation officer.
Which probation officer?
I don't know.
Was it Bear County? Was it in the other county?
In Bear County.
Okay. So how did you attempt to,
Others.
so where did you obtain the number to call?
I'm sorry?
Where did you obtain the number to call the probation officer in Bear County? Right. So what else did you do? So you attempted to call. What else did you do?
That was it.
All right. So I don't
She
understand.
was, she was hardly, I guess, on probation. I don't believe she was on
I
probation
didn't.
very long.
All right. So she hasn't done anything. I don't understand why I would give her 90 days, 1244. She hasn't done anything.
We've jumped to a different case, and the defendant, Waverly Whitlock, is already back for a revocation hearing. She didn't even make it a full year on probation. The defense attorney is trying to spin a 90-day sentence under Texas Penal Code 12.44, which allows a felony conviction to be punished as a misdemeanor sentence, as a win because it's a conviction but short jail time. But the judge is pushing back. He knows she barely tried. This is a fascinating glimpse into the negotiation of punishment in a courtroom. The question is, what is a fair consequence for giving up so quickly?
Well, so Judge, this would be a conviction on a record, and it would be something that it is a consequence of that decision. And so you're just asking that you allow her to accept that consequence and leave here in Texas.
All right. So the court will consider 1244, but I'm not considering 90 days for 1244. So if y'all want to talk about that, you can. Does anyone know how many days does she have?
She has 90 days.
Oh,
jail time.
let's see.
Well, so I mean, it would be up to a year in Bear County Jail, Judge. So
This is what I will tell you. Because you're telling the court that she doesn't have a record, this is a possession less than a gram. I will tell both parties, I will not go as high as a year. So if you all want to negotiate on a time, you can.
So Judge, our recommendation is 180 days for.
All right. Is that what you're in agreement to?
You okay with 90 days? Yeah. Okay. Yes, Judge.
All right. So my understanding, the parties have agreed to 180 days under 1244 at the Bear County Jail. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right. Let me explain something to you. With the 180 days at the Bear County Jail, some people are like, oh, I'm supposed to get 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. I'm not in charge of that. The only thing I'm in charge of is sentencing you. Whatever, if they want to give you 2 for 1 or 3 for 1, that's completely up to the jail. The only thing I can say is I'm sentencing you to 180 days and they can't go over 180 day sentence. Do you understand? Now, what I can tell you is I'm not going to pick up the phone and call the jail and say, I want this person to serve day for day time. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Miss Abrams, are you in agreement with revocation? All right. The court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 180 days in the Bear County Jail under 1244. And let me just see if there's anything else that's due for your plea bargain agreement. All right. There is supposed to be money paid to Zachary Watson. Has that been paid? Was there any determination of a restitution amount?
Not that I'm aware of.
Probation, any determination of a restitution amount for Zachary Watson? State, I'm assuming that was something that was taken in consideration.
Yes, Judge. So she did, well, she had a misdemeanor burglary of a vehicle that she was also revoked on, and I believe that it was a condition in that case mirrored in this case.
All right, so the question becomes, have you paid anything to Zachary Watson?
No.
I'm going to put in here restitution, if any, to Zachary Watson. Is there any objection?
No, Judge.
All right. And the reason why I'm including that is because that was a part of your plea bargain agreement. So restitution, if any, to Zachary Tompkins Watson, and cause number 729-266. All right, is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from defense.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. It appears that you may have drug problems. Don't visit those drug issues on your mom. You need to make sure that you get into sober support meetings. That's what they call the NAAA meetings now. Or if you need inpatient treatment, there are plenty of places that are free. If you can't find a place that's free and you need the help and you want the help, you can always come back here. I will, use whatever contacts I have in here to reach somebody in Mexico or Arizona or wherever you may be. But if you don't get a handle on this and control this, you're going to be picking up more and more cases, and you're going to look up, and a majority of your life is going to be passed you by, and it's going to be in a haze. Because how you've been liking the Bexar County Jail. Yeah. So you got to remember that. Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you're after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We'd like to proceed with sentencing.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, she's 19, and I think the biggest concern is her having a place to live. She plans on living with her aunt, and hopefully that works out. Her mother lives out in Cuero, and we're hoping she doesn't have to go out there and transfer this out there. She knows that if there's some emergencies, she has to leave. She has to get permission first. She is in the process of trying to get an ID and social security card and get employment. She's been in jail for a couple of weeks, but she is seeking in hopes of getting a job soon as well.
All right. Do you have any children? Why are you not with your mother or in school or don't have your ID or your social security card?
My mother and my father separated a few years ago, and I was living with my father. I went to jail because of these charges in April as well. And then whenever I was incarcerated, I lost everything that I had, as well as this time. My father was also lost their friend, and I haven't been in contact with my mom, but I recently reached out to her this time being in jail because I could see that I might be able to still right now if my plans don't fall. If my plans fall through with my aunt. So my aunt, if I'm not able to stay with her, then I have plans to do.
Okay, so here's the thing. You've said a lot of words. They've made sentences, but you haven't asked my question. Why don't you have an ID? Let's start there. Where is it?
Whenever I was incarcerated before, I lost everything, and that included all of that.
Like, where's your ID?
It was my father.
Okay, and where is your father?
My father just got out of jail recently too. And
What was he in jail for?
he was in jail for unauthorized use of it.
All right, so where's your social security card?
It was in the apartment, and we got evicted from that apartment whenever we were false.
All right, did you finish school?
No, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
I love you, sir.
Why didn't you finish school? Why?
Because my parents had separated, and it just seemed best because my mother was in Puerto, my mother was in school in Livonia, and I dropped out of school.
Okay, you're mumbling. I'm sorry. Could you speak up?
Sorry. I dropped out of school because we were going to school where my mother was living, and I moved with my dad back to San Antonio, and I just never ended up re-enrolling into school.
So why did you move out from your mom?
Me and my mother didn't get along.
Which usually means that you're not following your mom's rules. Does your mom have criminal history?
No, ma'am.
All right. And your father does.
Yes, sir.
And you chose to live with your father.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But you,
She said he did not have criminal history before.
all right. So it seems to me that your mother has rules that you don't want to follow. So you go to live with your father. And the fact that your father may or may not have had criminal history before tells me that he's been doing things that he should not have been doing, because you don't all of a sudden have no criminal history. And I'm assuming he's older than you, right? He has to be, because you're 19. How old is your father? All right. So you just don't, out of the blue, as a 45-year-old, pick up an unauthorized use unless there's other things going on in your life. So what's your father's name?
William Gilbert Rudin.
I'm sorry, what?
William Gilbert Rudin.
Did you say Reardon?
Rutin, her last name.
Rutin, okay.
Yeah, she counts it Rutin.
Now, this aunt, what's her name?
Sandra Rudin.
All right. And a lot of people just throw out that they're going to live with this person or that person. Does your aunt want you living with her?
I don't know. if
That's
she-
either yes or no.
I don't know.
All right. So here's the thing. And you got to learn this as an adult. As an adult, you just can't say willy-nilly, I'm going to be living with this person, and you haven't even asked them. So if your aunt doesn't want you living with her, where are you going to stay?
Well,
Does your mother want you living with her?
No.
Have you talked to her recently?
I got the car for jail.
And so Cuero, where is that?
I was outside of San Antonio.
All right. And how do you spell that, counsel? You know, I'm not originally from Texas.
Cuero.
Oh, okay. I did have it spelled correctly. I always wonder. All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to place you on deferred adjudication. You're not living with your aunt because, one, you don't know if she wants you there. You're going to be living with your mother in Cuero. And I'm assuming Cuero, there's nothing to do. Is it like country area?
Town, Judge.
Yeah. People don't like small towns. They like the big lights of the city, you know? But sometimes as adults, we're not ready for the big lights and, you know, the city. I wasn't ready for New York. I think they have their lights on too late at night. I'm in the middle of Times Square and I'm like, for the love of all that's holy, could somebody dim these lights? It's 1 a.m. And why am I up here at 1 a.m.? So you got to learn that sometimes the bright lights in big city is really not the place to be. So you need to start with Cuero because that's where your mom wants you. And you know your mom wants you to live with her. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes.
What are their ages?
20 and 17.
All right. And do they live with your mom?
I'm a little better than.
All right. So when you go live with your mom, don't be a bad influence on the 17-year-old. And because you don't have your own place to stay and you're living with your mom, even though legally you're an adult, in actuality, you're not. And the reason why I say that is because you don't have your own place. You're going to be dependent on someone else. You don't have a job, so you're going to have to depend on somebody else to feed you. So when you go live with your mom, you better make sure that you clean her house, wash dishes. And if she says the TV is off at 10, guess what? The TV is off at 10. And don't go there asking her to give you a cell phone or any of that. You're going to have to start working on your own. You understand? All right. Are we going to have any drug problems with you? Because I see you have the possession case. What were you doing with drugs in your purse? Here's the thing. You've already pled. Now's the time to be truthful because I'm trying to give you conditions. So hopefully I won't see you and hopefully you won't end up in prison. So what were you doing with drugs in your purse?
I was holding it. We had to part. Going back.
To partake of the festivities. All right. Now, what are we doing with this gun that was in her purse? Because I read that there was 9mm, loose bullets everywhere, some bullets in the gun, it was loaded. And you know, loaded gun and drugs don't mix. So what are we doing with that weapon?
Judge, I guess we forgot to discuss it.
Hold up. A loaded 9mm with a penalty group 1 drug charge? This is a huge, unspoken detail that dramatically changes the risk profile. The judge is rightly focusing on the deadly combination of drugs and a loaded weapon. He is laying down the law. No weapons, full stop. His final advice about getting sober Getting her GED and not letting strangers hide in her mom's closet is a raw, real, and memorable closing statement. He's not just issuing a sentence. He's issuing a challenge to her life choices. Do you think she'll follow his advice this time?
But it's one where we would ask that it be forfeited and destroyed.
You shouldn't have weapons. If you're going to have a weapon, you need to use it appropriately. And now that you have this case and you're on deferred, you're not to possess any. You understand? All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. And if you decide to move, or if your aunt decides that she wants you to live with her, then I'll consider allowing you to live with her. But do not come to me asking to go live with your aunt till at least 4 months has expired, because you need a routine. And it appears that your mom will give you the routine and structure you need. You understand? She is to obtain her GED, or either you're to enter in some sort of trade school, because you need to decide what you want to do with your life, and your mom can't support you forever. You understand? So if she obtains when she obtains her GED or obtain a certificate or something from a trade school, the remaining of your community service hours will be waived. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
What type of outpatient treatment, Your Honor? Do you want that supportive or intensive?
Supportive.
And along with that, we will need a TAP.
Yes.
That's all, Your Honor.
All right.
And Judge, were you going to order that the weapon be?
Yes. All right, and the weapon is to be destroyed. All right, is there anything else that you need from me in order to be successful? Like you, we can go off the record. Here's the thing: when you're living with your mom, do not have your friends coming over to the house, because I'm sure your mom is employed. So don't invite anyone over to her house unless you have her permission. You understand? And I don't want to get a report there's some strange guy hiding in the closet when your mom comes home. You understand? All right, and we'll recall the warrant. Did you understand you're charged with the offense? Okay, you guys are too loud in the box. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of... Okay. Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign? Oh, just walk around.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, is your arm really that long?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty or proceeding with sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we just you asked that you follow the recommendation from the state. She's ready to move forward with it, serve her time, and take responsibility for her actions.
All right, the court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, $1,500 fine, time in writing to run concurrent. This will be concurrent with 2022 CR 3148. Take in consideration NIMAG number 700935, County Court 8 cause number 703219, restitution to the Leon Valley Police Department, Edmundo EDMUNDO Vasquez VAZQUEZ, and Camaria Flowers KAMARIA Flowers. Give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
And cause number 2022 CR 3148. I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision, and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Kayla Ann Rutten who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 3148 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on September 13, 2022 for a period of 4 years? Is that you? State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, defendant Kayla Ann Rutten. The defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed in the month of October 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. It is adjudicate guilt and revoke the individual from probation, sentence to 180 days in the state jail facility.
All right. Is that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, please, Judge.
Probation, did she pay the restitution of $57? All right, I'm going to order the restitution of $57, and that's for the laboratory testing. All right, you're asking me to follow this agreement? And you are waiving your right to appeal, correct? All right, the court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 2208W. There should be restitution of $57 to the Bear County Criminal Investigative Lab for drug testing. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? Yes. All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You need to do better. Otherwise, you're going to be back and forth at the jail and at the prison. Okay? All right, good luck.
When the bench warrant was issued, he has been since picked up on the warrant and has been in custody. At this time, Mr. Cummings is still in the same situation he was on June 12th. He still has a balance of $1,255. He's made no payments to the court. He failed to complete the level 2 driver rehab program, failed to complete 100 hours of community service. He has another new pending case since June 12th, an alleged R&O, date of offense, July 22nd, 2024. He does have a PCC on August 1st in that case. So the court is also aware Mr. Cummings does have another case on 14B. It is a domestic violence case. He goes for sentencing on that on Monday. That is not a violation of this case. It happened prior to the sentencing. However, he also, in that case, has a bond violation as he violated the no contract order in that case. That will be addressed at their sentencing hearing as well. Mr. Cummings, in this case, Your Honor, it started as a felony case. We did get him sentenced in it. However, prior to all of that, getting him to sentencing in January, he had multiple failure to appears before this court. He's continued not to follow court order. Given that he has demonstrated probation is recommending that he served 365 days in jail, credit for 85 days that he served to date, to serve the balance, that he complete the in-jail MRT program with the court to consider early release upon his completion with that, and that he be discharged from probation without improvement with and waiving remaining terms, accepting his financial obligations.
I did have a lengthy conversation with Mr. Cummings yesterday. He does admit that he messed up on probation.
So he admits to these violations.
Yes, except for the pending cases for obvious reasons. He wants to ask the judge for mercy in this situation. He would like for his probation to be reinstated. He said he is willing to comply with probation and get done what he needs to do. However, he does want to take responsibility for not doing what he needs to do over the past couple months. So when I asked him what's been going on, he kind of gave me a litany of things. He cares for his 5-year-old son. who is going to kindergarten in the fall. He also has a baby on the way. His partner due the 14th, but really the baby can come any day. Those two things, as well as his job, he's working Amazon night shift, 40 hours a week, essentially distracted him from taking care of what he needs to do on this probation. He does live with his mother and his partner, as well as his children, so he does have a support system. He says he can make payments. He is working full time, and he does have some savings that he can put a pretty substantial payment toward his fines and costs. He said his mom can come up and pay $1,000 before he even is released from jail. He mentioned to me that he has been successful in other probations, and thinks he can be successful here if the court is willing to give him another chance.
How did he get picked up on this warrant?
The police came to your apartment for an unrelated matter. And Mr. Cummings would like to make a statement. He wrote down.
Did you have something, Ms. Polera, before he?
Say, when the police did arrive at the apartment, it was for an unrelated matter, and I believe that he ran, and that's where the new RNO case came from.
Go ahead.
I know. I want to start like this. I do got a 4-year-old about to be 5 in October, about to start school this fall. I got a daughter due any day this month. I was working a night shift at Amazon, 40 hours a week, 10 hours and 30 minutes a day. I was laying down on my side. Didn't look at it as a punishment, but I looked at it as an opportunity to do better and be better and get my life together. I can't have warrants, actually be responsible for my son and get to school every day or even for a bus. Please don't punish me or revoke my probation. I think y'all can actually help me do and be better. I signed up for Michigan Reenters to try to get back in school and see what college is like. Even though it seemed like I haven't been trying, that's something me and my probation officer spoke about. I can and I'm willing to do extra classes like MRT free and on probation. I'll pay to start my driving class before I'm even released, if considered. And if you can take thought that I'm on probation for being a victim in a car accident I was in or at fault for, I went to the hospital with bad injuries, just as everybody else. Like, please, Your Honor, I've been getting dealt a bad hand, and I always have just try to be the best I can and resolve every issue the best way possible. Honestly, I'm not the best, but also not the worst. Like, please, Your Honor, I beg you, please, can I have one more chance to show y'all? I actually had a bump in the road, and I had to get over it. Please. If you see me again, you could revoke my probation, give me a year or anything. Like, I really do and truly apologize for the confusion and decisions I left y'all my probation officer to ponder with. But I really have just been working, trying to be there for my son and the mother of my child that's currently pregnant. Like, please don't punish me yet, but give me one more chance. Like, I'm actually a full-time father and my son stays with me. I can't imagine just leaving my son out the blue like this. He missed me as we speak and think I'm on vacation. I'm going to be a full-time dad to my daughter too, that's due. This is the first time you see me for a reinstatement and the last time if possible. I'd do anything to be there when my daughter is born and put my name on the birth certificate. I watched my son go off to start his first day at school. Your Honor, please, I'd do anything, even if it was double my community service, double my restitution, and add extra classes. I'd do it and complete it all. If you can, please consider everything I said and give me a chance. It would be the biggest and best blessing. I know I haven't paid yet, but I thought I had time to. I had kids, house, and life things to take care of. I haven't started my driver class because I was supposed to start it a month after being released, but I didn't have a job or was told that I had to pay to start it after being released. I know I haven't started my community service, but I checked in the places that let me serve the community legally to get this out the way. If I can, please have one more chance to show y'all. You wouldn't regret it, I promise. But that's all I have to say and ask of Your Honor, sincerely.
Mr. Cummings, here's my problem. On September 13th, you were set, well, before that, I think I took your plea. You were supposed to appear for sentencing. Actually, I didn't take your plea. Looks like it was taken by another judge. But anyway, you were supposed to appear for sentencing. You were supposed to do PSI with the probation department. This was back in September 2023. And you don't do any of that. And I have to issue a bench warrant. Somehow or another, it looks like that may have gotten set aside in January. And then I adjourned your sentencing January 9th. We had to somehow or another find you from September to January. And then on January 9th of 2024, I adjourned your sentencing. It was adjourned by probation to January 24th, 2024. You show up on January 24th and they give you a sentence. Relatively straightforward sentence. You were in custody at the time. And I laid out everything that you needed to do. That was in January. You really don't do anything on probation that I ordered you to do. So then you show up June 12th of this year on a violation of probation hearing. And at that time, and I think you were on Zoom, you were out. We told you the things that you were supposed to do or hadn't done and try to get corrected. And at that point, I kind of just sent a warning shot to you and told you, you got to do these things. And I ordered you and ordered only 10 days. And Ms. Polaris trying to work with you too. I mean, we didn't order you serve the full time. We said, here are the things you haven't done. You need to get them accomplished. So I ordered 10 days in jail, gave you a specific day to report to probation on June 24th, 2024. Did you go?
I was in warrant status. I don't think I could have. Your Honor.
Oh, you could have.
You're right. Sure.
And then ordered you to become compliant with all the previous terms that I ordered. So I gave you another shot from January to that June day. For 10 days, because you were on Zoom, I told you exactly what I would do. I said you're to report by 6 p.m. that day, or I was going to issue a bench warrant without bond. You must have thought I was kidding.
No, Your Honor. Not
Then why didn't you go?
I didn't make it by 6. I knew the deal could have been off the table. But I definitely was not thinking you was joking.
Why did you not turn yourself in then?
And
you want me to give you another chance.
Please.
And you did nothing.
I could complete this probation.
What?
I can, will complete this probation, possibly, if possible.
You do what you want to do.
I'm trying to speak.
When did you get picked up on this one?
Oh, 20th, if I'm not mistaken.
July 20th. Okay. So between June 12th, when I ordered you to report to the jail, and that day you got picked up, what were you doing to correct this?
I was trying to work, make sure I had some money, so if I had other bonds. But I do apologize, and I can't say this, Your Honor.
Here's my problem. You're apologizing because you got caught. You were, if those police had not come to your door that day, I still wouldn't be seeing you.
Yeah, I probably would have turned myself in still.
When?
That was all.
In the 45 days from the time that I ordered it to the time that you got picked up, at what point were you going to turn yourself in?
As soon as I had enough funds to take care of other cases that's holding me with no bonds and counties like tickets. And I was trying to be there for the mother of my child that's currently pregnant. I would have done my probation this whole time, but I had other warrants that stopped me from doing my probation. I'm not going to say, yeah, I didn't. I'm not going to say I didn't turn myself in. It was other warrants, other cases that stopping me from being best at what I can show y'all and doing my probation.
I've given you an opportunity to show me. I'm coming up on a year, and guess what? What have you done? Nothing. Nothing. And then you're gonna
try
to give you at least a gentle nudge, and you still don't do anything. Nothing. You tell me one thing on this sentence that I gave you that you've done.
It was my first time.
Tell me one thing you did.
I checked in, it was hard. I mean, I did check in, do the non-report.
Why is it that you just can't say, Judge, I did nothing?
I did nothing.
Because I'm looking right at it. You did nothing.
You're right, Your Honor. You right.
Everything with you is an excuse.
No excuses as a man. That's what I was taught. So I don't try to make excuses, honestly.
You've made excuses since the time you first started talking. Everything that's come out of your mouth is an excuse. I sit here and I give you a chance to do it. You wait 6 months, correct something. Anybody that is on probation in my court, if, you know, and I feel bad sometimes for Miss Polera, but she doesn't mind doing it. If you're having problems, you'll walk in, you talk to her. But you wouldn't even do that. You thought this was a game. You thought when you looked me in the face on Zoom and I told you when to report that I was just kidding. Nothing that comes out of my mouth am I kidding. I told you to report. I told you when to be there. And I told you how long you'd be there. And I told you what I would do if you didn't report. And so you know there's a bench warrant out for you. Because at least you took me for real on that I was going to issue a bench warrant. So then when the police show up, what do? You don't even say at that point, I got to deal with this. You take off running. Allegedly, I guess we'll say at this point. And where was that going to get you? Got you right here. And after all that, Mr. Cummings, you want me to believe anything that's coming out of your mouth that doesn't resemble an excuse.
I don't got no reason to be trying to have warrant statuses, and
you have no reason for any of this. Everything that has happened that's bad in this case is no one's fault but yours. And the problem is, had you gotten to your attorneys, had you gone through and you were truly going through doing something, hey, they would have helped you out. There's no doubt, Ms. Perrine or Ms. Pate, they would have been all over my coordinator's email, trying to figure out something to do. Quite frankly, even if you had at that point gotten to Ms. Polera, she would have been trying to do something.
I didn't want to be disrespectful.
Too late. You disrespected everybody here. So don't even play that game with me that you don't want to be disrespectful. You intentionally were disrespectful. You intentionally thwarted my order. You intentionally then tried to hide and seclude yourself. You were disrespectful, allegedly, to the police when they showed up, told you had a warrant, you take off. Every move you made has been just coated with disrespect to everybody involved in the process.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, calling my probation officer and not coming in to take care of the business. And I didn't even talk to the police or anything. They didn't tell me anything.
Okay. You had a warrant. You knew it. You took off. And if I didn't have those two gentlemen behind you right now, you'd run off again. Yes, that's what you do. What?
Can't run.
You can't run?
Never.
I know. Because you kept running before. And that's why you're here right now. That's all that you've been doing. Doing nothing and running.
I haven't had probation because I had warrants for other cases. I would be straight on track with probation. Hey, it wasn't for the other warrants, I promise you.
So you're telling me you weren't doing probation because you had warrants? Yeah, why'd you have warrants?
That's the
Why'd you have warrants?
Because
Because you hadn't done what you were supposed to do before.
they wanted me to turn my all type of run. If I didn't have other warrants, I'd be straight on track with probation. Why would Miss Polaire is a good lady? I know you don't try to be as hard as you do or want to be, but
Oh, I don't. Mr. Cummings, I do not want to send you
y'all
to jail.
are not.
Mr. Cummings, I do not want to send you to jail. I do not like sending people to jail. I try to bend over backwards to give people the opportunity. When you need a nudge, and I may have to do a little bit of time, I do a little bit of time, trying to at least get your attention, get you back on track. All of those things, every one of them. I've tried with you. And you done nothing. I don't even have anything in this sentence I gave you the beginning of this year. I have nothing that I could point to say you did or tried to do something. I have nothing.
That's what's off paper.
I have nothing.
I'm sure if it was
you could have Mr. Cummings, understand this. Your promises are no good to me. Your promises are no good.
Can I say one thing? I wouldn't have this warrant for probation if I didn't have the other warrants. That's how my probation. And I wasn't communicating with y'all or doing what I was supposed to do or should I have been. But that's not me though. I've completed a probation before I could do and complete this
You
case.
still got warrants.
Everything, this is what I had to take care of. If it ain't a ticket, this is only things I had to take care of.
Your Honor, I think he's referencing the domestic violence case that he did have a warrant for. But he
still does have a warrant out of 35th.
And he does have that drug license.
You don't take care of business. I can't help you. I really can't. Anybody that walks through that door that tells me they want to do something, want to follow what we say, and try to work hard to try to change things, I'll help them. I know there's no two ways about it. And my entire staff, my probation staff, my staff, We'll help you do what you need to do. And I know your attorneys. If you had reached out to them, they would have helped you. You just didn't. You wanted to do it your way. And your way doesn't work. So now we're going to do it my way. And it's just going to be harsh.
Yeah, chance to show y'all I will take care of this. I promise you not see me again. If it ain't to be getting released off of probation early or anything.
I'm going to waive the remaining terms, accept the defendant's financial obligations. I'm going to discharge from probation without improvement. I'm going to order 365 days Washington County Jail. Credit for the 85 days that you served. Defendant will serve the balance. I will consider early release upon the completion of the MRT jail in jail program. I will consider release. I don't know if I will release you. But that's going to be the first step you're going to have to do. You don't want to do it? You got 290 days to figure it out.